Welcome back to the Gavel. This week on The Breakdown, the Policy and Legal Advocacy Center, Plac, takes a swipe at the recently passed Police Act Amendment Bill, which seeks to extend the tenure of the Inspector General of Police. Here's the breakdown with Plac.
In 2020, the National Assembly passed a new Police Act, which was very commendable because it took 60-something years for the Colonial Police Act to be repealed and reenacted. And Plac was very much involved in the work that was done, drafting new provisions that sought to safeguard human rights and create new provisions to ensure that the police responded to citizens' demand about accountability. It also sought to create a fixed tenure for the police inspector general. Unfortunately, the amendment that was made in 2020 threw away those recommendations. And what we now saw was the 10th National Assembly proposing amendments to the Electoral Act to extend the tenure of service of police officers, extend the retirement age from 60 to 65, which would have had far-reaching political and economic implications for the country. That bill went through public hearing in the National Assembly. Unfortunately, that public hearing did not comply even with the National Assembly, particularly the House of Representatives' own rules, that requires that you do give at least 2 weeks notice of a public hearing. This didn't happen. But what was clear from that public hearing was that citizens felt that the attempt to extend the retirement age for police officers from 60 to 65 was self-serving, and it wasn't popular amongst almost everybody who spoke at the public hearing, except, of course, the police position. We expected that that issue would have been dropped. In principle, yes, an inspection of police should have a secure term, and we expect that as this has happened, this new bill has happened, that it will protect the tenure of a new Inspector General of Police. Of course, I do not expect that clearly the bill or the act that has been passed by the National Assembly, the bill that has been passed by the National Assembly, has no retroactive effect. So I do not expect that the person occupying the office of Inspector General of Police today would benefit from it. Legally, there is no provision for reappointment of a retiring Inspector General of Police. So we expect that the Inspector General of Police is retiring in the next couple of weeks, as clearly the the law under which he was appointed states. And under the Constitution, Section 162, you can only appoint an Inspector of Police from among serving police officers. So when this Inspector General of Police retires in a couple of weeks, he cannot be reappointed Inspector General of Police under this new law that the National Assembly has passed. And so we do not expect that President Tinubu will be renominating a retired police officer as Inspector General of Police. The Constitution is very clear, it forbids it. I think that we need to look at how the police is structured generally. And there's this whole conversation about state policing. There are constitutional amendment bills that talk about restructuring the police such that policing is a state-level issue. We expect that the National Assembly, in considering new amendments to the Constitution, would entrench state policing, but in a way that deals with the concerns people have about abuse of police powers. Certainly, the present system where you do have a centrally controlled police has proved to be ineffective. We expect that we do not then, in trying to deal with that ineffectiveness, hand over the police from the federal system to a state system controlled by governors who have shown no respect for due process in anything at all.